Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a very happy occasion, the installation of Jeff Brown as Dean of the College of Business. I think I'd prefer to call it an investiture. You can tell we're an engineering-oriented university because we call it an installation, but I think we'll make it an investiture. I'm Joe White, a proud member of the College of Business faculty, President Emeritus of the university. I chaired the Dean Search Committee. It was a great experience with what we believe resulted in a great appointment. I'd like to recognize some special guests. Jeff's wife, Lisa. Lisa, would you stand up, please? Thank you. Lisa's about to discover this is a major team effort. Jeff's parents, Melvin and Ann, who did a great job. Welcome from Ohio. And two of Jeff's three children are here. I'd also like to welcome a number of deans and officials from the university, as well as, even more important, our students, faculty, and staff here in the College of Business. And one last introduction. Would you join me, please, in thanking Dean Larry DeBrock for his wonderful leadership of our college. Jeff Brown is the William G. Carnes Professor in the Department of Finance and Director of the Center for Business and Public Policy. As of today, he will become the Joseph and Margot Lakonishok Endowed Dean of the College of Business. Jeff is a solid gold faculty member, a great citizen of the University of Illinois, and an intellectual and organizational leader. He's a research star and an excellent teacher. Jeff has an impressive record of achievement beyond the university as well, including research associate at the National Bureau of Economic Research, senior economist at the White House Council of Economic Advisors, and a member of the board of directors of TIAA. He had practical experience early in his career in brand management at Procter & Gamble. Jeff's interest in and willingness to serve as dean is simply a result of his loyalty and commitment to this college and this university. Jeff communicated to the search committee that the College of Business should strive to be preeminent among public research university business schools. He told us his priorities would be to make our BBA program top 10, then top 5, to make the MBA a source of reputational strength, and to increase our scholarly impact and reputation from its already high level. Remarkably, reflecting his loyalty to Illinois, Jeff told the search committee that if he were not selected as dean, he would simply and happily continue in his faculty role. While Jeff has not followed the usual career path of department chair and/or associate dean to the deanship, his appointment really invokes a great university tradition, and that is faculty simply turning to their most esteemed colleague and asking, would you serve us and all the constituents of the college as our dean? I'd like now to introduce Vice Provost Abbas Ben-Manoun, Professor of Linguistics, French, and Global Studies. Abbas?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, it's a great place to have this event. You know, the faculty are here, surrounded by students. That keeps things in perspectives these days. It's very important to keep in mind. So on behalf of the offices of the Provost and the Chancellor, it is my pleasure to offer Professor Brown the congratulations of the entire campus community on his installation as the new Dean of the College of Business. As Professor White has noted, this was a search that attracted the best and brightest leaders from our peer institutions around the nation and the world. This is exactly what we should and do expect when any deanship comes open here at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And when that position is the leader of one of our oldest and proudest colleges, then you can only imagine the level of talent and accomplishment found in the pool of applicants. And also, exactly as you would expect, the strongest candidates to emerge for this top position were found right here in this college. This campus has long been an incubator for leaders in every field, whether in the academy, in government, or in private industry. So it is perfectly fitting and a testament to this college and this campus that the new dean of our College of Business comes from the College of Business. Professor Brown has accumulated a stellar record as a scholar, mentor, and a good citizen of the university and his country and his profession. He has established himself as a leading and respected faculty voice here on the campus, and has the first-hand experience here that's made him the clear choice for this job. The campus needs strong and talented leaders as we move forward. We have found one more here in Dean Jeff Brown. So congratulations, Dean Brown, and to your family as well. And I would like now to invite Dean DeBrock and Professor White to come forward and officially welcome Dean Brown to his position.
Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you, Joe and Abbas, for the very kind words. And let me also extend my gratitude to Larry DeBrock. He has been our leader for 7 or 8 years now. He has left the college in very good financial condition, not an easy thing to do during the times that he was dean, and I'm very grateful for that. I also have many other people that I should thank, many friends and mentors, colleagues, even some of our students that I see up here above. As well as alums and members of the community. I'm not going to name you all individually, but I do want you to know that I'm deeply grateful for your support. I do want to acknowledge a couple people, though. Professors John Davis and Raj Eshambati, who were both finalists in the Dean Search. Their participation in this Dean Search really strengthened the search process. I'm grateful for them, to them for being willing to put their names forward and for their continued acceptance of taking on a leadership role in this college. So John and Raj, thank you both very much. And of course, I want to thank my family here in the front row. There's no way I could take on this responsibility without their support. So I look forward to the challenge of leading this institution as we enter our 2nd century as a College of Business. It's an honor to be named dean, but even a greater honor to be a colleague to so many fantastic faculty and staff. You know, late August is a very energizing time on this campus. It's a time that we welcome an influx of new students who are eager to start their education. It's a time that when we set our sights on challenging goals, goals that are going to guide our individual and our collective efforts to build a brighter future for our college, and most importantly, for our students. I'd like to share with you some of the thoughts I have as I enter this role as to what our collective goals are. But first, I want to actually embarrass my father here a little bit by talking about a post that he made last week on Facebook. Those of you that don't know my dad, you'll probably be Facebook friends with him by the end of the week. But he posted a quote from Alex Haley, who's the author of Roots, the Saga of an American Family, and Haley said that in every conceivable manner, the family is the link to our past and the bridge to our future. And he posted this quote in the context of pointing out that his own father, my grandfather, only had a 7th grade education. And here today, he's here to help celebrate his son becoming the 10th dean of one of the great colleges and one of the great land-grant institutions in this country. Now, both of my parents were teachers, and they understood the power not only of family, but of education to really build a bridge to the future. And as a college, we are in the business of building bridges for our students. We're helping to prepare them in this college for careers in business, for careers many of which didn't even exist 20 or 30 years ago. These new careers have come about as a result of technological innovation, of entrepreneurship, and leadership from business leaders out of this college and out of others. And we as a college are committed to continuing to build strengths in these areas of innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship, among others. In fact, I want people, when they think about the College of Business at Illinois, I want them to think of us as the place in which to learn about and practice innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. Our students here are going to be exposed to abundant opportunities, not just to study these topics, but to actively engage in them. Now, change happens very quickly. It can happen quickly on this campus. It happens quickly in higher education more generally, and it happens in the business world all the time. And in fact, if anything, I think the pace of change is happening at an ever greater pace. And so we have to position our college, as well as our students, to not just thrive in the face of these changes, but to actually lead these changes. We have to make innovation one of our highest priorities. Now, let's be clear. Our status quo that we have today is actually quite good. We have one of the world's best accounting departments anywhere in the world. We're the source of more sitting Fortune 500 chief financial officers than any other university. Over half of our students here today will have some form of an international experience as part of their studies before they graduate. I could go on for a very long time about all the great things that we do here, thanks to those of you in this room. But if all we do is maintain our status quo, then in 10 years, we're not going to be relevant anymore. A decade from now, the world is going to have changed, and we don't have to just change with it. We need to lead that change in order to maintain our position as one of the great colleges of business in the world. Now, an important part of our innovation is going to come from collaborations across campus as well as outside of campus. I'll just give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, I had the privilege with some of the other deans to go over to what we call our iVenture Accelerator here on campus. It's actually over at the Research Park, right next to our campus. It is a joint program in which 33 students from 7 colleges on this campus have formed 13 different business startup groups. And it was made possible by the collaboration of our college, 3 other colleges on this campus, the Research Park, and numerous other organizations that are part of our entrepreneurial ecosystem here on the campus and in this community. And it was funded in large part by very generous donations from some of our own alumni. I was supposed to be there for an hour. I stayed for 3 because I was absolutely inspired by the passion, the creativity, and really the business promise of these student-led businesses. We have also many other numerous collaborations across campus, large and small, some at the level of individual faculty members, some at department, and some at college levels. And in this past week, we've already kicked off conversations with some other units on campus about other ways that we can reduce barriers to students gaining meaningful exposure to business and other areas of expertise on campus. So collaboration is one thing, but another thing we're going to rely on to innovate is technology. A terrific example, thanks to the leadership of Raj Eshambati, is our new online IMBA program for which we're currently taking applications in which we plan to launch with our first class in January of 2016. This is a really important initiative for our college, but beyond the impact on us, this is actually the kind of disruptive innovation in the business education space that could permanently change what the nation's MBA programs look like. It's a way of providing a high-quality education at a much lower cost. You see, we have to dream big. Silicon Valley was not Silicon Valley until Stanford made it so. If you go to Kendall Square in Cambridge, Massachusetts today, it is what it is because of the presence of MIT. There's absolutely no reason that our College of Business, as part of this campus, cannot be a leading partner in turning the Champaign-Urbana community and really the whole I-57 corridor between here and Chicago into a globally known center for entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation. Now, some of you in the last couple of weeks have heard me say that I want us to be known as, the MIT or the Stanford of the Midwest. But that's a short-term goal. In the long term, I want MIT to be known as the Illinois of the East and Stanford to be known as the Illinois of the West. I know these are high aspirations, but I actually think that they are realistic. We already have many of the pieces that we need in place. We have tremendous intellectual capital in this campus, in this college and on this campus. We're one of the leading public universities around the world. We have one of the most innovative and successful research parks right next to our campus. And we have, most importantly, just look around you, we have some of the best and brightest students of any university in the world. So we should aspire to be a leader in these areas. And all of our efforts should be informed by this lofty but attainable set of goals. We have to go beyond just seeing the opportunities. We have to create them and seize them. Now, in the short run, we've already got some great things going. Over the next year or two, we are going to establish a new and compelling brand identity for our portfolio of MBA brands. We will launch a 100% online MBA program in partnership with Coursera. We are going to reinvigorate our undergraduate curriculum to bring it up to speed with the skills that are expected in a 21st century workforce. We are going to grow our faculty, both to further increase the intellectual capacity of this campus and also to lower the ratio of students to faculty. And we're also actively exploring other collaborations with other units across campus. I view these initiatives as sort of the support beams, if you will, of that bridge to our vibrant future. It's a bridge that's going to lead our students to become innovative and agile thinkers who are going to operate with high standards of professional responsibility. In short, we're going to build bridges for our students who are then going to go out and become the business and civic leaders of tomorrow, who will then in turn be able to build bridges for the lives that they touch. Look, we have something very special here. This is an amazing institution, and what we do here is truly a noble calling. My job as dean is to ensure that we make the college an even greater place going forward, and it is a big challenge, but one that I very thankfully share with one of the greatest business faculty and staffs anywhere in the world. And with your support, I know we can do this. We can be bridge builders. We can change the world. Let's get started. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. We're fired up and ready to go. If I could end on a personal note, it's just this. The decade I spent as dean of a major business school was the happiest decade of my life. I wish the same for you, both the full decade and the happiness. Thank you very much for coming out to congratulate Jeff. Please join us now with a reception in the back. Thanks again.